When I was a girl, I wanted to turn my skin into stone, so that no man to touch me could ever leave his prints, but when I fell in love, I crumbled, revealing the cracked porcelain flesh that was colored with the stories of every woman I have ever known. A boy I've never met turned my best friend into a ghost. With slurred words and hands smelling like whiskey, he left nothing but the bitter aftertaste of his bourbon-doused flesh. His footsteps trailed with fire, and she was left with the rubble, remnants of a beautiful, innocent girl who was robbed of the right to know.
Know what it was like
to have a man's fingers feel like anything but ice and iron on her skin.
Know what it was like
to have hands caress her in ways that didn't make her cringe.
Know what it was like
to have a body whole and immaculate, belonging to no one but herself.
You are history. Paragraphs of battlefields and gun wounds.
You never apologize through cards or on doorsteps.
You clipped the wishbone wings of perfection. You are gone, but your memory is forever tattooed onto her once resilient ribs. Your face still lingers in the shadows of my dreams. Still, a face that I will never know.
With those nights when you're too afraid to dream, when the monsters underneath the creaky cellars of your past ask you to tell an epic tale of how a skeleton came to hold a broken mind and soul, how pounding fists crumbled your fists into cinders without a blueprint for a beginning or an end. You became the aftermath of a war-torn city, praying that something will jigsaw you into a beautiful landscape again. And to tell you the truth, it hasn't been easy for me. There are times where I still use ballerina language to describe that moment, my pointed footsteps dancing around the truth that the balance that I've kept for all this time does appear out of control, because sometimes facing it causes feelings like looking at the brushstrokes of one of Caravaggio's paintings, painful and too vivid, with me backbending into something like glass falling to the floor, but I am still hopeful. I am still painting a choreography I can remember every movement to, that I am not just a survivor striving to forget that I am a thriver ready to move on.
I cannot be categorized into four-letter anagrams. PTSD does not confine me, where eyes lock like doors to keep secrets, counting ceiling tiles and eyelashes in the abyss of bedrooms, then switching places to moving boxes out of houses, carrying them to the curb, along with every other negative thought in the museum of my mind, because centuries have passed since I have now been over you. I have packed my bags to a better destination, a better state of mind, where I am surrounded by love, bordered by compassion and forested with care that is not concealed with ill intention. I have hung up my bulletproof Kevlar-vested skeleton riddled with bullets in the closet of our past relationship. The sun has risen another day after the longest midnight. I am a new person. You are a new you.
When you feel sun-dried, hung by the toes, remember that time forms richer colors. The sun does not betray you. Dig your roots deeper and you will see what I mean. When you feel unworthy of happiness, know that happiness is in your DNA. It was made for you. The same way stars speckle the sky on Orion's belt. You are lighter than the avalanche turmoil of your backbreak mornings, more confident than those half-doubt inner conversations, those I wish I never loved him evenings. You are stronger than the waves and wind could ever muster. You will never know how far the ripples of your footsteps will travel. You and the universe are of the same matter. You have enough wishes in your ribs to stand upright.
You have war-torn stories but a purple heart.
You are worthy of saying yes again.
You are not broken.
You are mosaic.
Your voice is ironclad, so break the sound barrier and speak. Speak with conviction.
Knowing your feet have trailed cosmos, speak. Knowing your fists have battled comets, speak. Knowing you are divine,
and steel is embedded in your skin, and you are more than bulletproof.